Let's talk about the Fed here right quick. Let's talk about the Vince McMahon lawsuit, because there has been a bit of a development in this. There's been a couple of updates, and, well, the McMahon family, outside of Steph, has effectively been excised from the Fed. And how are they doing? Well, Raw's doing like a 1.6 rating, and on Fox, SmackDown can't even draw 2 million viewers. But yeah, the business has never been better. Things great. The internet wrestling community is just so happy with Triple H and him booking all of the champions basically exactly the same, running back the same 3 storylines over and over again, just changing the people in and out, running a love triangle storyline that if you just reversed a couple of the players would get derided by those same people that are just heaping praise and, you know, keeping this Ponzi scheme of ratings afloat. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it too hard. We got rid of all of those bad guys that made this company what it is, and allows you to continue to maintain TV rights even with the abysmal ratings that you're pulling. But Linda McMahon was recently making the rounds. She was out there actually at the RNC, and as somebody who ran for state senate, or was she looking to represent Connecticut? Can't quite remember, something like that. But yeah, no, it would make sense that she was down there with the RNC in Milwaukee. It's not the farthest way away, but you would think, right, with all of this scandal, all of this alleged abhorrent behavior by Vince, this would tear the family apart. But Linda's out there saying that, yeah, the McMahon family is doing great, so I'm sure that there are a bunch of basement-dwelling Redditites that are punching air at this point in time. But all the turmoil they've gone through, Linda McMahon insists that the McMahon family is doing great. Linda is in Milwaukee to speak on the final night of the 2024 Republican National Convention on Thursday. That's one of the speeches that I haven't seen. I've only caught bits and pieces at this point in time, like I said in the previous video, and I'm looking to just go ahead and fill in the gaps on that. While going ringside, caught up with her for a brief interview. Linda was asked how she and her family are doing, given everything that has gone on this year. We're all doing great. Thank you. Doing great. Linda's husband, Vince McMahon, resigned from the Fed, yes, and the parent company, TKO Holdings, this January, following a very coincidentally, or rather conveniently timed lawsuit right after, days after it was announced that Netflix, for whatever reason, thinks that the Fed is doing as well as they're telling everybody else they're doing, ponied up, what was it, $5 billion for Monday Night Raw. That'll literally drive dozens of people to sign up for Netflix subscriptions. Best of luck for that one. You want to see an even more irrelevant product, just throw it on a streaming service. That's worked out for literally every other entertainment franchise. While this little street-side interview with Linda took place at the RNC, and I haven't been able to catch her speech, something that I did catch from the RNC, and I'm sure, and because I'm going to be taking the side of Vince McMahon, as I have throughout all of this stuff, because I've just failed to see any sort of material evidence, and I'm just calling this for the Me Too cancellation attempt that I've seen time and time again play out. I'm sure I'm going to piss a bunch of Redditors off the same way that I normally do whenever I talk about this scenario. So why not bring up the Hulkster delivering the coolest goddamn RNC speech I've seen in my entire life. And brother, I cannot even properly tell you what went on here. We just got to play the clip.
What happened last week when they took a shot at my hero?
Hell yeah, brother.
And they tried to kill the next president of the United States.
Hell yeah, brother.
Enough was enough. And I said, let Trumpamania run wild, brother. Let Trumpamania rule again. Let Trumpamania make America great again.
Is that not the coolest that is the coolest shit I've ever seen. Oh my god. I heard earlier in the day that Hulk was going to be delivering a speech at the RNC. I'm like, what? No, that's got to be crazy talk. And then the next thing that I see, he's up there tearing off his t-shirt on stage, doing the whole what you gonna do. He even, okay, I don't even know if this clip has it or not, but he went off to the side. Yeah, yes, he threw up the pythons and everything. That shit is cool as hell. We live in a movie and it's great. And if you don't like that, piss off, you commies. Let's talk about the development. Let's talk about Janel Grant, once again just trying to grift some attention for her floundering case, brother. Janel Grant files a petition for medical records related to WWE and Vince McMahon lawsuit. Wait a minute, she needs medical records? She needs her own medical record, and she needs a petition? None of this makes sense at all whatsoever. Lawyers representing Janel Grant have filed a petition in Connecticut court. Grant's attorneys submitted a pre-action discovery petition against Peak Wellness Incorporated Incorporated and the company's owner and CEO, Dr. Carlin Hulkster. The petition is seeking medical records related to Grant's treatment at the clinic as it concerns her trafficking lawsuit against the Fed, Vince McMahon, and John Laurinaitis. Yeah, interesting. She should have easy access to those medical records, and hell, that would have been one of those things in order to prove and justify any sort of, well, actually, to be completely honest, I don't know how you get medical records in order to prove that you were trafficked. That one, like if this was an abuse, or if this was, I don't know, like a criminal case where you would have to provide any sort of evidence and this wasn't such an obvious shakedown by a jilted girlfriend trying to secure a bag one final time. I'm just wondering what checkup notes are going to go ahead and prove that you were handed around against your will. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Grant alleges that McMahon arranged for her to be seen at the clinic and that she received pills and IV treatments from Hulkster, but was never informed about the substances she was given. Oh my god, this bitch is the passenger in life, right? Everything just simply happens to her. She just doesn't have any records of it, right? That's why she needs to file a petition. What are you talking about? Spokesperson for Vince McMahon issued the following statement to, stating the filing by Grant's attorneys is in violation of the court-ordered stay. Yeah, exactly. Because this is supposed to, as was stipulated in the non-disclosure agreement, all this stuff is supposed to be taking place in arbitration. This is a well-known stipulation of that contract. Ms. Grant's petition for pre-action discovery against Dr. Hulkster is a direct violation of the court-ordered stay and nothing more than an attempt to generate publicity on her false allegations and to harass people connected with Mr. McMahon, who is being sued by Ms. Grant in separate matters. Yes, the facts are that Ms. Grant told Mr. McMahon she was fatigued and asked him to recommend a doctor. Ms. Grant called Dr. Hulkster and became a patient of his. Her statement in the filing is inconsistent with her prior remarks. Ms. Grant never had anything but good things to say about the doctor when speaking to Mr. McMahon and others about him. And yeah, last time I checked, that civil suit, well, she alleges a bunch of trafficking behavior. She's suing for things, very important things like emotional damage. What is she gonna prove with these findings, right? Grant's attorneys are seeking to receive records of the following from Hulkster and Peak Wellness. Plaintiff's electronic medical records, which you should have access to, that is in fact your right, including all associated metadata. Oh, right, yeah, no, see, that makes it seem important. Defendant's record keeping and billing procedures. Why do you need that? Why do you need that specifically? Payment records relating to Ms. Grant. Well, if it was Vince setting everything up and paying for everything, I guess that's probably why you would need those records, right? But payment records relating to Ms. Grant, is she alleging that she paid for these procedures? And if she did, why doesn't she have records of those? Defendants' payment arrangements with Mr. McMahon and or the Fed. So yeah, again, just trying to allege that there's another big conspiracy taking place here. Trying to bolster her floundering case once again. The purpose of Ms. Grant's prescribed treatments, the substance of Ms. Grant's prescribed treatments, any communications between Hulkster and McMahon relating to Ms. Grant. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, just go ahead and break that confidentiality, right? Dr. Hulkster's involvement in recommending Ms. Grant's attorney for negotiating of the purported non-disclosure agreement. Exactly. Now, she's making a bunch of big allegations on that one. How much of that stuff actually exists, though? That's what I would like to know, because we have seen with different lawsuits throughout the years that there are some grandiose claims that are out there, okay? And there's a bunch of stuff on cell phones that's supposed to exist. There's a bunch of videos that are supposed to exist, making big allegations of, oh, you said this stuff and you better provide the evidence, but those claims were never made. Therefore, the audio, video, data, records, or recordings do not exist. So, of that 8-point plan, what is actually there? What is actually there? And even if you do find all of this stuff, how are you going to go ahead and make the connection between receiving treatment, IV treatment, and getting sent up to Laurinaitis' joint for a slow Tuesday? I don't really know how that's going to end up working at all whatsoever, but best of luck to you, Janelle, because at this point in time, and especially with all the stuff that we've seen it, brother, you're going to need it. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.